I will check my, my channel now. Like we said about having backups because things go wrong. I need to delete that from my photography. I'll do it later because I think it's quite funny. I haven't really uploaded much to that channel in a very long time. So we are now live on
Three.
Ghostbuster and the YouTube channel, the right YouTube channel this time, because I was going live on the wrong YouTube channel. And I'm going to share this, hopefully if I can find it, to the group. Let's have a look. Let's go to my lives. Let's have a look. And there should be. Okay, view channel. Live. We are live. Yes. Currently 0 views, but we've been live for 56 seconds. So copy link. Let's go to the group and we are gonna plaster that in the group. We are live. We are live.
Live and in living color.
Yeah. Say hi and give us something to talk about. Boom. Okay. Awesome. Okay, guys. I just really wanted to talk this week, mainly about mass hysteria, but we had our first junior academy a few weeks ago, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. Tom, I know you weren't there, but
Yeah.
Steve, you were down there. You were there with your wife and kids.
Yeah.
And how did you find it?
Um, I found it. It surpassed my expectations. I don't know what I was going to be
Good.
walking into. I knew it was going to be kind of a fun event.
Yeah.
When it got down to actually doing the crafting of the
Spectral goggles.
that's it,
Yeah.
goggles. It was actually very like well thought of. Like
Oh, good.
I, I'm assuming it was Lucky and Rain that designed the how
Those two are amazing. I'll tell you
Hmm.
what, I mean, they came up with the idea and just ran with it, and it's just gone boom.
It blew my expectations. Like the actual item that was made was fantastic. It had like the
Good.
ultraviolet to spot like the posters and the ghost was appear. The using the red and yellow, the red and blue lenses
Yeah,
was fantastic.
that was brilliant. So you see
It
a
looked
different thing,
brilliant. Yeah.
and yeah, really, really good.
So and
Yeah.
now
Well,
my daughter won't stop wearing them pretty much. We managed to avoid taking them to MCM. I was worried they would get a
right.
bit battered in the crowds, but she did take them to. We went to the before MCM on the Saturday. There was a food and drink festival in Chatham where Ross and Andy were with the Ecto One. So we went on
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
before
We'll be
then.
seeing them next week. We'll talk about it later.
Yes, very nice car, very nice car. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's brilliant. I mean, our daughter has autism, so
Hmm.
Lucky and Rain really kind of catered for all children there. So it was
Yeah.
really good. So
I mean, we had some pretty good feedback. So I put out a blind feedback form. I don't know if you filled it in.
no,
Because
sorry,
I didn't take down any names
Emma
or anything.
done it. I didn't.
Oh,
Sorry.
good. I mean, I mean, there were some things we identified on the day that we can improve on, and the next one is just because we're going to do the same thing the next time.
Yeah,
So I think I want to say the 15th.
yeah.
Yeah, 15th of June
I
is
don't
the
think we'll
next
be
one.
there for that one because we've already done the
No,
spectacles,
yeah, yeah,
but we'll definitely be
absolutely.
there for the next one.
Yeah, so the July one. But so we're going to be doing something slightly different in terms of like the layout of tables and stuff like
Yeah,
that. There was obviously a bit of difficulty when Lucky and Rain and the volunteers were trying to get around the room because the room's not massive. It's designed to take 40 people. We didn't have 40 people there, but with the tables, it kind of meant that people were like tripping over each other and stuff like that to get them.
yeah.
So we're going to make sure that the next one is like a kind of U shape with the tables.
That's a
So
good idea.
Lucky would be able to walk down the
Yeah,
middle of tables both sides, and people will be either side. So
yeah,
it means that Lucky can get to everyone. No one has to move. It means that all the pieces Lucky can give people what they need for the stage they're at. in the
Yeah.
build, and the volunteers can then be, floating around to help out and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is really good. So we did identify there were a few things that we need to improve on. But do you know what? It was the first one we've done, but it's the first one of its kind. No one's
Yes.
doing this stuff, and it's so not that it's just innovative. It's almost mind blowing that no one's actually done this before with the get the new generation involved.
Yeah.
So impressed with I'm always in awe of people who can come up with ideas like that and be that creative. But to introduce that into an environment where we've got kids learning how stuff works, the new generation of Ghostbusters are coming in and they've got kit that they can use and take home and
Yeah.
it's not expensive stuff and you don't have to worry about it breaking. Do you know what I mean? Because you can just
Yeah.
make it again.
But you guys done really well to organize that and get it all sorted. It was
I didn't
fantastic.
do much. I've just made some cakes.
Well, the cakes were
The
delicious.
cakes look delicious, by the way.
Cakes were good. Yeah. That's all Wayne and Lucky. They put their heart and souls into that and it was just
You can tell. You could really
brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah. So the next one we're going to need a few volunteers on. I know you can't make. You guys are quite far away anyway.
Yeah.
Tom, are you available?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, obviously, after that glowing endorsement by Steve, I can hardly refuse. It sounds really good. And I mean, I saw the sort of footage you put up, Andy, and the photos and stuff. It looked like everyone had a really good time.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of footage because we were all just having fun.
Yeah, that's it.
I got all the video footage. I got right at the end, thinking, "Oh, I can probably get something for the social media."
Sure.
I think I sent you a photo
Yeah.
on the group, so you've got that if you want to use that.
Yeah, see that. Yeah, nice.
Lucky working on it together.
Yeah, awesome. Nice work. So, mass hysteria. It's here. Do you know what? It's been a proper roller coaster. I just want to go over a few things that we're going to be doing on the day. Because I mean, the initial idea was just to get a load of Ghostbusters together and help raise some cash for cancer research. Last year, we managed to get Carl and the car down, and we just had a load of busters together. Tom, were you there on that one?
I was there. Yeah, yeah.
You was there. I remember. Yeah, that was a guess, but yeah,
That's all right.
I know. I do remember.
Clearly, I made a big impact.
I watched the video back the other day, and I see you crop up on the video
Sure.
a couple of times. But I mean, that was put together really quick. And I always thought if I had more time, I could really, really do something, mega. And the one thing that's proven to me is that having an event to arrange in 3 weeks doesn't necessarily mean that it's any less difficult to put. What I'm trying to say is the year I've had trying to put together a bit of roller coaster. It has been so I did decide to do a kind of documentary. So I've got loads of people together and we're talking about the mass hysteria. So it's called Road to Mass Hysteria. And it's it's explaining the highs and the lows of putting an event like this together. And it doesn't seem like there's a lot going on, but it's just it's just been a proper roller coaster. So
Lots of plates to spin, mate. Lots of plates to spin.
Yeah. I think if we do another one, which I'm hoping for, and I really think we will next year, I'll be delegating a lot of stuff out. It'll be who can do this, who can do that, and I'll just be chasing them people to make sure they're doing it rather than doing it myself. But yeah, it's been proper up and down. So I mean, the main thing is the car. Obviously, Carl can't make it, bless him. He's booked out for the day. Austin can't make it with his car because that'd be awesome because Austin's only down the road. Austin's got a gig on the day with his band, so he can't make it. So I managed to get hold of Ross, who's got the car. I'm thinking Ross is going to be, of course, he's going to be booked out. It's it's the 8th of June, the main day of the last 40 years, and it's all that kind of stuff. And it just turns out that Ross did actually have a gig booked, but they hadn't paid. So he's like, I'll tell you what, I'll get hold of them, see what the crack is, and if I can make it, I'll make it. And lo and behold, we have got possibly one of the best cars that I've ever seen. Well, I haven't even seen it yet, but I know it's one of the best cars that we've got in the UK. you know, one of the closest cars to the actual make and model that was screen used, you know, and it's just going to be amazing to see Ross and Andy because I've not met the two yet.
Fantastic. They're lovely. They are.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I've spoke to Ross a lot over the last couple of weeks. Turns out, I don't know if he's watching, but turns out Ross is a fan of my YouTube channel, which is
Brilliant.
and I didn't even know. He said he's been following me for quite some time.
Oh well.
So that's good. So when I called him up, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm your biggest fan." I was like, what? I was like, yes, that's got to count for something. So yeah, so the car. I mean, Steve, you've seen the car up close and personal. You've been in it.
Yes.
Nice. What's it
Yeah.
like? Come
The steering wheel is very
on.
low.
Spill the.
So it's like when I got in, I'm kind of a bit of a big gentleman. So the steering wheel was
Is
literally
it?
tugged on my thighs. I was like, oh, but I'm sure Ross and Andy, any of you watching when you come and see it, the dashboard will have all the signatures of Dan Aykroyd's, Ernie
Oh
Hudson,
wow.
obviously sitting in the actual car. I
Yeah.
think Paul
Yeah.
Feig also signed it.
to London.
The director of the 2016 movie as well signed it, I believe. But it is a spectacular car. It's pretty awesome. I mean, I really haven't seen any other. I think I might have seen Carl's car before, or Ross's car. I don't. I think there's two Rosses.
Carl's car is amazing. Really nice.
So, but yeah, and then they've got quite
Yeah.
a nice display for it as well. They have the like from the movie, the blue police signs up, the barricades. They've got quite a nice.
Yeah, you can bring it about.
They got the kind of a stand like they had in Afterlife, where Egon had set up the new trainer ones to aim at the mine pit, stop the ghosts coming out, or so.
Oh yes, yeah.
They got one
Oh,
of those
nice.
as well that's kind of linked up to the car. Loads of stuff inside, loads of Easter eggs inside the car as well when they set it up. So it's really cool.
And it's got the gurney in the back.
Yeah,
See the gurney?
yeah. They usually have the. I don't know if I should
They
say
put
it,
the,
but they usually have the gurney kind of out with all the proton packs on, turned on, lighting up. So
yeah,
Giving away a lot of
yeah.
spoilers for next week.
That's going to be
sorry,
amazing. When I did ask him about
Sorry,
it,
I'm not
obviously I
sorry.
know how long the car is.
but it's a fantastic car. It's awesome.
I know how long the car is, but when I spoke to Ross, I said I need even longer because I have the gurney out with the packs on.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a sight to see, and it'll be as you come into Port Solent. I don't know if you guys know Port Solent. Tom, you know Port Solent.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
As you come down the steps, it's going to be right there.
nice.
And it's going to be like the first thing you see. I mean, there'll be a DeLorean there as well, which is kind of nice. But you know, it's
We'll overshadow that. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
No, actually, the DeLorean is a guy who's in the group. Actually, it's his DeLorean, so it'll be
Nice.
Yeah. He's also bringing an Ecto 1C down, which hopefully will be ready in time. I need to speak to him and see if he's got any pictures I can put up because we'll have the Ecto 1C at the top, so people see that. That's just as in the car park kind of thing near Odeon, and then you'll come down the steps and see Ecto 1, so you kind of get the good, the great, and then you'll see all the busters inside and stuff like that. So we've got Davin is going to be doing the photo booth, and I think that's an ingenious idea. I think it's really good to get people really involved. We'll have a couple of busters with him, so if people want pictures with the backdrop and a couple of Ghostbusters, they can have a couple of Ghostbusters in there. And he's printing pictures with a nice Ghostbuster mass hysteria frame, which is quite nice. That should be quite good.
That's really cool.
For a donation, so people pay a donation and you get to take away a really nice little bit of picture with a nice backdrop. And then we have around down near the water's edge, near the marina, we're going to have a couple of gazebos down there. So the one will be the main one with all our I've got bits I mean, I don't know if you can see, I've got stuff everywhere going on. I've just got a horde of kit that's going to be coming down, but we've got obviously props. We'll be selling stuff, and the proceeds will go to cancer research.
Yeah.
We're also going to be doing raffles, which would be quite good. So we've got 3 raffles. We've got one for the kids, which have got certain bits and pieces in, like fluffy toys and stuff, which I don't actually have down there in my loft at the moment because I've got loads of them. They're all over the place. So fluffy toys. We've got I can't remember now. What else have we got? Other bits and pieces. So we've got little proton blasters, which are quite nice, the little blue ones, little blue proton blasters, stuff like that. And then we've got the general kind of raffle that's going to have all kinds of bits and pieces in. I don't know if you can see over here, we've got quite a good little Stay Puft there. Quite big. It's about 26 centimeters, I think it is. So I'll have one of them, loads of other bits and pieces. Cool. Can't even think now what we got. I should have had a list ready, shouldn't I? But the main raffle is gonna be is it here? It is. So just over here, you can't quite see. There's a brown box there. Inside there is a Hasbro Spengler wand, the Afterlife wand.
Very
which
nice.
got sent by Sony Pictures. A man called Eric Wright has sent him through. He works for Ghost Corps as well, which is really nice. That's kind of nice. But also on top of that, we've got the light has just gone down, isn't it? We have got a proton pack, or at least a shell, with a motherboard, which may not be ready on time, but someone will be able to win that and get that sent to them, as and when it becomes ready. And they actually choose the style they want as well. So you can have even
Amazing.
Afterlife or a Frozen Empire version of the pack as a shell. So, and it comes with the motherboard, and you pretty much just have to put lights and sounds in it, and it's good to go. So that should be a good raffle, and all that money will go to cancer research. So we'll have Debbie from the Cancer Research Shop in Southsea is going to be there on the day. They'll have their own gazebo. It's like a donation station gazebo where she can talk to people and interact. I think she might be selling a few bits and pieces as well, which is quite nice. And then our other gazebo is the VR experience. Ian is putting up his VR stuff, and it's actually quite cool. Actually, it sounds really, really corny, but it's really good because I've never really done that whole VR stuff. But it's immersive in the way that you can still see everything around you. It's not like it's a closed thing.
Okay.
Weird. So you see your environment, but then the roof opens up and Stay Puft comes in, starts firing marshmallows at you. You use this the I don't know what you call them, the what are those games, what are they called?
Controllers.
Yeah, game controllers, but they've got a specific name. I can't think what they're called.
I know.
But you use them I can't remember. Nunchucks. They're not nunchucks. Is that what they're
Yeah,
called?
another thing you mean, yeah.
No, I mean, isn't it?
I think that's what the Wii, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
to fire stuff at Stay. I tried this thing. I'm no good at it, but someone might work for someone. But it's a fun little game. So
is it based on? Is it Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord? Is that what it is? Because I know there's a VR game of that.
It might be that. I'm gonna say I don't know because I don't want to say it is and don't want to say it isn't. But it might be. No, it could be. It really could be. If that's apparently there's been an expansion pack recently that included Slimer or something, but that's more of a game. It's more of an you have to do stuff rather than just stand there and shoot.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So it wouldn't be the expansion wouldn't be that good. Does that make sense? For the bench. So, but yeah, no, it sounds quite good. And then Ian's missus is going to be doing Ghostbuster tarot readings. So if you're into your tarot card readings and you want to get a reading, she's going to do that. It was quite good fun. And all for cancer research. So we're hopefully going to raise a ton of cash. For cancer research. So
yeah, I've already put aside a fair bit of money for raffle tickets just to warn you. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm eyeing up that one. I'm not going to lie.
Could be. Did you need a wand for your kit, or
you can never have too many wands, can you? Come on, let's be honest.
You're right. I mean, it's sat there, and I'm thinking, do I really want to give it up? But I have to.
You've committed to it now, Andy. There's no going back.
Oh, that's that. Yeah, you know what I mean. I've got loads of stuff being given to us, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. I've got to get it away. It's like, no, it's good. Yeah, so there's loads of stuff. I've been collecting a few props. So I can't even show you some weird and wonderful thing. Let me just see if I can get this out of the box. The problem is they're all heavy stuff. I just wanted loads of things that just look really cool. Trying to get like a box look.
Are we getting a sneak preview now, are we?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
This is the kind of thing you're going to be seeing. I found this. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Just random eBay finds that are just like end of auction, really cheap. Although I got that for like $2.99. I was
Nice.
like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's gonna look good as a prop. But I've also got other bits and pieces that if I get out, I'm going to ruin my system. I can't. I've got a system. It's organized chaos behind me. But we've got a ton. I'll tell you what we have got a ton of is pin badges and stuff. We've got loads of pin badges, all different types. Because when we did an event before down there, they were just flying
Yeah.
to sell kind of things. And that it makes good amount of money for cancer research, those things. So yeah, we got loads of stuff. Yeah.
Well, we've just actually bought a big badge machine for like those sizes. So if
Okay.
you need us to do a few extra, we can, if you send us, you've got some files you want us to print off, we can make a load of badges over the next week.
Oh yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah.
Nice.
So we bought the actual a heavy duty one, and it comes with 1,000 badges to make 1,000 badges. So if you want to
Nice.
nab a couple of hundred of those, we can, I could probably
Hey,
something
that's a good
up
idea.
this
That's
week.
not bad. Yeah, good plan. Nice.
But
Yeah.
send the images over to us of what you might want to use.
Yeah, I can maybe
And then,
send you the Massisteria logo or something like
yeah, we
that.
can do that. Yeah,
Maybe even just the Portsmouth Ghostbuster logo.
yeah,
Maybe like a mix and match of those two, maybe.
yeah. Cool. We can probably
So,
do that.
yeah, nice. Cool. Remind me later because I will forget.
I always forget as well. So
Plus, I'm having a cheeky shandy. You just
uh,
That's all right. The video's on YouTube now, so if you need reminding, just play it back. It's fine.
yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we're looking at about like I said, about 35, give or take, Ghostbusters, not including like people bringing their kids in cosplay and stuff like that, and just other people coming who've seen the event and we don't even really know about. So that should be quite good. So I mean, the main thing was to get a bunch of busters together and make it a big event, you know, and hopefully make it a yearly thing. I think
that'd be cool.
I have got a logo for next year already. I think I've shared it. Have I shared it in the main group yet? Or did I just share?
I don't recall seeing it. No.
Emma's shaking her head here, saying nope.
Oh, okay. So I shared it to the admin group, so the admin group knows. Now I've said it, I'm gonna have to probably show you, but the only way I can do that at the moment is on my phone. So you'll get a sneak peek. Let's see if I can find it.
Hot off the press, this.
No. It's pretty much the same logo, just in a different color.
Nice.
Gone with the orange.
Yeah.
I
Sort
think
of
the orange
becoming
is
the
working really
unofficial
well
colours,
for,
isn't it?
yeah, working really well for Portsmouth Ghostbusters at the moment.
Yeah,
So
love it.
yeah, I am looking at another event next year, hopefully bigger, hopefully better, hopefully have more interactive things and I can't give too much away because I just tend to just talk. Yeah, just a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit better. Yeah, we'll see. See what the crack is. So yeah, it should be good. Should be good. But yeah, so we're gonna have a big Ghostbuster picture. Obviously, we've got to get all the Ghostbusters together. And we thought we'd do that on the steps by the car. Go up the
Yep.
car in that one. So I'm hoping to maybe see if Debbie can man the store for 5 minutes while I get all the busters together and go over. But we're gonna be there. We're gonna, it starts at 10, but we're gonna be there a bit early in that, setting up that kind of stuff. And we'll have a group debrief or briefing. No, it'd be debrief a bit at the end, wouldn't it? So we'll have a group briefing at the beginning, and yeah, just roam and get all the busters hyped for the day because it's a 40th anniversary, man.
Yeah,
It's a big deal. Not specifically the 40th anniversary for the UK release because that was on the 2nd of December.
no,
If you
yeah.
do that, but it's the biggest, the bigger one. The US one was the big event. Funny enough, the premiere was the day before. The release premiere was actually on the 7th. Funny enough, but the release premiere for the public, for those menial people who wanted to pay and go and see it, was on the 8th. thinking, oh, I wish I could have been there. Is I'm not quite old now. I would have been 6 years old when that came out. Tom, you weren't even thought about, were
I
you?
would have been -1, I'm afraid. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go. What about yourself, Steve?
I would have been I would have been what was it, 83, so I would have been in October, so maybe a couple of months.
Right, 84 it was.
84. Oh, so I'd have been a year, probably a year.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm a little bit older than you two then. But I mean, even so, I don't think I even saw it for a couple of years. Certainly didn't see it in the cinema. It would have been on VHS some point, maybe a year or two later. But I mean, I was hooked from a kid. I had an Ecto one. I don't know what one it was, but I know I had an Ecto one when I was a kid, and just fell in love with the whole idea. Was just of catching ghosts. I think I had I don't know how young I was. I know I was really young on the Commodore 64 Ghostbusters. My favorite game was catching those ghosts and then getting in the car and driving around stuff. It really, really good fun.
It was a hard game though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can never get past the
It's
first
when you
couple
get to the bit where you got to get up the stairs at the end, and it's just impossible. Yeah.
It was a bit of a nightmare to play, but still I loved it. Could not like the thing, but
I think for me it was the real Ghostbusters that got me into the Ghostbusters. So I never saw
same
the
with me.
movies, and then the cartoon came on in the 90s, and I
Saturday
was just
morning
like
TV.
hooked. It was 89, I think it was, or something like that. Then the toys came out, and it was like, oh, these toys are amazing. You had the Ecto one, you had is it the Ecto 2, the helicopter, or the Ecto?
Yep.
Oh, the chopper, yeah, wow.
Chopper. And then you had some of the Fright ones that are re-released now by Hasbro.
Yeah.
So I've just been trying to get Carmea into all of that now to show her where I started from. And then after that, then I obviously started watching the movies, and I'm like, hold on a minute, this is actually pretty good. So, but that for me, that was what for me, the real Ghostbusters was such a fun cartoon, quite scary as well.
I couldn't get on with Extreme Ghostbusters. It wasn't really my thing. I couldn't get past the hairs. The hairs were just incredible.
I've got a new appreciation for the Extreme Ghostbusters in later years. I dismissed it a bit when it first came out, but going back to it, it's quite cool.
I might have to give it another go. But
yeah,
I know. Yeah, I've got all of the real Ghostbusters on a disc somewhere on a hard drive that I had from.
A lot of it's free on YouTube, and there's a new TV channel coming out that's going to be airing all the Ghostbusters and a lot of 80s and 90s cartoons. Cool. I can't remember, but if you Google it, it's like tv.me. But
I'm watching He-Man this morning.
Oh, cool.
The first episode of He-Man was just like the best thing ever. I was like, yes. And he started watching it. He's getting involved. And he was like, nah, turn it over. I want Blippy. Blippy.
Oh, dear. Staple in our household.
Yeah. Yeah, Blippy's crazy. So I mean, I put out a post. I did do a silly post the other day. I did this little thing and see how viral it was going to go. I'm sure you saw the picture of the Inferno poster, and that just went stupid on all just I'm watching the comments was just comical. I was sat here thinking this is just awesome. Probably shouldn't have done it because I mean whatever, I was having a bit of fun. But it was a kind of a pre-release to my poster for my potential fan film that I've had. I think Tom, I told you about it in a
yes,
podcast
you have, mate. Yeah.
Ago. So I've had this idea for quite some time, and to be honest, I mean that poster and the idea of bringing Zool back, it's really peeing people off. People are like, oh, we've seen Zool so many times. I'm like, yeah, but you got to remember that this is a fan film. I've got no money and I need to create something that I know I can do. And I have a wife that cosplays as Zool. And that kind of all makes sense. And everyone's like, oh, just be original. Try and be an original. I'm going to try and be an original. Just going to do it my way. It's a fan film. This isn't a blockbuster. I've got to say, it's going to be about 7, maybe 7.5 minutes long. This isn't going to be something you're going to go to the cinema to see. Chill. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's getting their knickers in a twist because I want to do a little fan film about Zool coming back. They're like, oh, and then everyone's like, well, how did Zool get to New York and how this, I'm saying, well, you just have to think that Zool is in one of the 100 traps that was at the dirt farm, and they're not going to leave them there. Where were they going to take them? The R&D department wasn't even a thing for a couple of years. At least we don't know that it was. There was no idea that the R&D department was already a thing at that point, because they were still putting ghosts in firehouse containment unit. So in my mind, they took them all there, and Zool is now there. Garaka comes in, messes the whole place up, and a load of ghosts get released. So
I think if you look at the feedback for any Ghostbusters film since the first one, really, we know there are sections of the fandom that are very critical. So I wouldn't read too much into it, Andy. You're always going to get that.
To be fair, I was more just trying to wind a few people up who were getting their knickers in a twist for no reason.
Well, it certainly worked if that was the intention, right?
Yeah. So Simon Green has commented on the YouTube. Evening chaps, I was 13 when Ghostbusters was released. I love it ever since. I bet he saw it in the cinema. Simon, did you see it in the cinema? Lucky bugger. So Simon's from the Surrey Ghostbusters, but is obviously joined Portsmouth Ghostbusters as honorary Portsmouth Ghostbuster. He's a great chap. Does a lot for charity and stuff like that. So we've got a lot of time for Simon. I've known him for quite a while now. So we did some work, some bits and pieces quite some time ago with Autism All Stars.
Oh, brilliant.
I think is where we first met. I think you can tell me, Simon, if I'm wrong in the comments. Leave a comment. Yes, I've got a yes from Simon. But I don't know what that question was, what that answer was to, because I've just ranted for the last 10 minutes about 5 or 6 different things. So I'm assuming that's yes to seeing Ghostbusters in the cinema. Lucky. That's good.
Are you guys going to be going to the orchestra showing of Ghostbusters?
Do you know what I really want to? I actually contacted them to see if we could go up there. It was a long shot. I've been contacting everyone at the moment. See if we could get up there as part of the crew and see if we could do some kind of procession. I'd like to go and see it. I haven't booked tickets.
Yeah.
I got from Simon. I've got an and yes. So I'm assuming that's to another question I asked 10 minutes ago. There's a bit of a lag, Simon. Sorry, I don't know.
No, I'm fortunate enough that I have seen Ghostbusters on the big screen. It was about 10, 15 years ago. It was on Halloween, and they had a special screening of it at a cinema not far from me. So I got to see it then. So that was decent. Yeah.
So I did actually contact Odeon down here to see if they were showing it on the day, and they're not, unfortunately. I think other Odeons might be across the country, but this one unfortunately isn't, which is a bit of a pooper, because I asked if we could get some kind of concession on tickets, see if we can get a load of Ghostbusters. To see a Ghostbusters, watching Ghostbusters would just be, the icing on top of the cake for the day, if we could do something in the evening after the event. But sadly, they're not doing anything. So
we went into that Odeon before your event. We were all kitted up. So we were watching Transformers, the 40th anniversary. We all just turned up, me, Emma, and Carmel, all in our flight suits, belts on and everything. It's like, oh.
Nice. Yeah. So the fan film I'm looking to start filming potentially by the end of the year. I've got a script, I've got a screenplay, I've got a shot list for the camera and cinematography I want to get done. I want to try and find someone who's got a car. They'll drive around London for a couple of hours and let me film. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. It's a bit of a pipe dream, but you never know. I could ask around.
As long as you pay the congestion charge, I'll have a go. It's fine.
Yeah. So Alex has put, can we hire the screen and watch it? I'm sure that's the thing. I think you can. I just don't know whether they can. It's got to be something that they've got or they have to get hold of. I don't know, but I don't know how much it costs to hire a screen, and I'm potless. I spent all my money on pin badges at the moment until I make some money back on the pin badges.
You can always try and barter with the pin badges.
Yeah. And then Simon's put, yes, saw Ghostbusters at the cinema, and yes, we met at Autism All Stars. That's it. at the Afterlife release. It was Afterlife release. That's right. Yes, that's when I first met Carl in the car. Came around the corner screeching, with sirens going. I was like, oh, yes, what an event! That was a good event, actually. Really good. Yeah, really, really good. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with finding someone who doesn't mind their car being shot. uh, from a fan film. We'll see. See if it can work out. It might not be London. Maybe we could swing it around Bognor or something. I don't know. We'll see. But my ideas. I've got a few ideas for practical effects. There's going to be no real special effects as such. There'll be lighting effects, but not anything that's going to be. I can't say. I give too much away.
Well, there's quite a lot of ghostly looking people in Bognor, so you might be all right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No offense to anyone watching from Bognor.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've got a person called Slothy Vlogs. Hey guys. Hi. Let's go to your channel and have a look. Go to channel. Slothy Vlogs is David. Hi David. Content creator focuses on UK's traveling fairground community. Nice. Awesome. The power of the internet. See that? That was really quick. Yes, how's everyone doing on the chat? Is anyone got any questions for us about if you come to Mass Hysteria next week? Maybe if you've got any questions about Mass Hysteria, because that's our big event. See my eyes, look. See the bags under my eyes. That's because of Mass Hysteria. That's literally. I don't sleep. I mean, I get insomnia anyway. But when there's an event like this coming up, it's like just not going to happen. Just doesn't happen. I'm a night owl.
Well, I think you need a holiday as of June the 9th, mate. So
yeah.
well earned.
June the 9th, I've got a 6-hour workshop in Portsmouth with
wow.
with a photography because I teach photography. So I've got the Farnham Photography Club, Farnham and something Photography Club coming down for a 6-hour workshop with 14 of them. I thought 12, no, 8 or 9, something like that. Photography guys and girls. So it should be good. So David said he did a video at Portsmouth Con. Nice. Come down to ours, do a video at Mass Hysteria, which is part of Port Solent Comic Con next weekend, the 8th. If you're around, that'd be awesome. If you're close enough, should be a good little event. Not as big as Portsmouth Comic Con, but we're gonna make it massive because it's Mass Hysteria. I don't sleep too well anyway, so I tend to stay up over night time. That's where you see me posting stuff out. I generally post stuff and I'll schedule it to come out at like 9:05 is the normal one. I don't know why 9:05 seems to be the thing. So David's in Winchester. Nice. Come down, dude. We're on the 8th at Port Solent. We've got Port Solent Comic Con. And we are hosting Mass Hysteria, which is a big Ghostbuster event. You probably saw quite a few Ghostbusters at Portsmouth Comic Con, but there'll be more at Port Solent Comic Con because we are just going to flood the place with busters. He said, definitely not Bogner. Nice. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, Mass Hysteria it's been my baby for the last year and a month. Yeah, April the 1st was the last event.
Yeah.
Which was the day I decided to do it this year.
That was going to be my question, actually. Like when you were setting up last year's, when did you sort of know that you wanted to make this an annual thing, or was it just sort of seeing the reaction to it?
To be fair, I kind of had an idea before that event. I was kind of hoping the event initially was going to be somewhere else. Funny enough, and that venue was being really tricky to get back to me and communicate. The communication was appalling. I was emailing them, almost every other day near the end. So it got to about 3 weeks before the event, and I said, no, I can't do this on a moment's notice. There's people, Ghostbusters, who want to know where to come. So you won't know, Steve, but last year we did a fairly small event, although I did have Carl coming down with the car. He just didn't know where to go. So it turned into 3 weeks before the event, and I said, no, I've got to find somewhere. So I messaged or emailed Port Solent, and I got an email back from Lisa at Port Solent like almost within an hour, and she was like, "Yeah, we can do something for you. Get yourself a day's worth of insurance, event insurance, and come down." So pretty much did that. I went and saw her, had a 5 minute meeting, told her what I wanted to do, and she was like, "Yeah, not bombing at all." So Carl came down with the car, picked me up from home, which was amazing. We drove down there. It was peeing down with rain. It was raining.
Yeah.
Carl's car, bless him, when he goes around the corner, the rain comes in. It's I got soaked on the way there. Brilliant. But I didn't mind. It was just proper funny. It was really, really good. Just had loads of fun. And then but just I mean, but I think on that day I did a video at the event broadcasting the fact that I wanted to do it next year. But I kind of already had the idea because I already had the logo, like I just showed you the next year's logo before this event. Last year before that event, I already had the logo. So I knew I wanted to do something. I just didn't know whether it was going to be possible to do something. But Lisa was brilliant. She said, "Yeah, come down. We'll do the event again." And you can do little events up to that event. So we've done like 2 or 3 little events down there last year, just to get people talking about the big event, and B, again, to raise money for cancer research. We've just been raising money. So it's been really good. So Tommy has commented, "Got to give it to you, mate. You've got balls to walk through town into a radio station if all get up on your own." To be honest, Tommy, I'll tell you what, my balls were kind of in my like in my socks by the time I got to the radio station, because I walked past this bunch of people who, I kid you not, were shouting and hollering. I thought I was going to get mugged. So I was bricking it. And they kind of followed me. You don't see it on the video, but they followed me around the corner. And as I went into because it's a university building, they kind of then walked off the other way. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm gonna have to swing my pack at someone in a minute just to get them off me. You know what I mean? Oh Christ, I'll throw my rubber gloves at them. And so it was one of them. You got to get it. David said, was yet to one at Portsmouth down from Southend. No, so the Southend guys and the car that was at the Portsmouth Comic Con, the car was Austin's car, which is from Bournemouth, actually. The reasons why they kind of married up at Portsmouth Comic Con is because they're all the guys that actually were in the film. They were actually in the end scene when they all come out of Firehouse and they're cheering with the crowds and stuff like that. You'll see the Southend guys and Austin in the crowd, and a few other Ghostbusters from around the country. So they all knew each other. So when Austin was booked with his Ecto to go to Portsmouth Comic Con, he name dropped the Southend guys, and they got the gig down there. Unfortunately, we weren't doing cons at that point, so it wasn't even crossed our mind. But I mean, the Southend guys are amazing. They're really nice guys. Davins put April the 1st was the event that got me hooked. Yeah, that was last year. Yeah. You did the pictures last year, Dav, and it did really well. Those pictures were amazing. I still use them like all over our social media now. But this year you'll be doing the photo booth, and hopefully you'll be dressed up as well, which would be quite good.
I think if I remember Davin, obviously, as he said, he came to last year's event, and I think I'm sure he told me pretty much as soon as he got home, he went straight on eBay and bought himself a HasLab pack. So it was slippery slope from there.
Yeah, very much so. And Tommy's put, yeah, I noticed them on the corner. As I was coming down the road, you see my face. I kind of zoomed into my face after I walked past them. I was like, oh, here we go. No, I mean, I'm gonna have to get all Ghostbustery on their ass. And just, but no, they were all right. They were all right. And yeah, it was a good day. But to be honest with you, I kind of go everywhere in my gear. I'll put the stuff on. Before I did that, on that day, I had to go around the shops and get something from the shop twice because I forgot my card. So I got to the shops and had to come back and then went back round again in my kit. Didn't have the pack on, but I got a few funny looks as you do from the old guys on the corner at the coffee shop. I'm like, huh? Huh? Yeah, yeah, it's a
Me and Emma
Ghostbuster.
have been quite lucky in terms of when we go out with our costumes. It's usually quite a lot of positive. I
Yeah,
think
Yeah.
same
you.
for me. I
Oh
was going to
yeah.
say, yeah.
Yeah, we get yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't mind going out in the kit. You get the odd one, but most
Yeah,
people
I think for us there was one where we went through Chatham High Street. That was not fun.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. We've got here. Tommy's put I'm checking every con for Ernie Hudson. Yeah, so I think we all are. I met him before, but didn't have a pack. Now I've got a pack. I've got Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray both to sign it. I'm desperate for Ernie to sign it now. Nice. Good shout.
cool.
Davin said he's going to be kitted up with the pack on display, which is quite nice. And the photography side of stuff that he's doing is brilliant because he's got a I don't know what you call it, like a magic mirror type display thing. I don't know. Davin, tell me what's it called? It's like a display. Really, I mean, I'm talking big, huge display. So we can have all like the posters and stuff like that, like rolling through, and people can check what we're doing. So all of our stuff is going to be going on down there. But the other thing that I didn't touch on is that we're going to have a little sign-in system for Ghostbusters to go to the website and sign in. So after the event, I can actually do a public thank you to those that came. So we can get people, on the YouTube and on Facebook and stuff like that, and just thank people for coming. And those franchises that are coming down with more than one people, it'd be nice to thank everyone that was there. I don't know if I'm going to get round to everyone on the day and thank them on the day, so it'd be nice to have that. So we've got a QR code that's going to be dotted around the location, uh, in things like this. Look at that. It's a little display thing. Don't know why I just showed you that. I just thought it was there. But there'll be like, QR code for people just to scan and pop to a quick web form and just upload their details to say they were there. They were at Mass Hysteria. Thought it'd be nice to thank them. Plus, it gets their email address so I can email them about next year.
There you go. Got to build
Boom.
up that mailing list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's got an email on there. I'm sure it has. I can't remember. If it hasn't, I'll put one on there because that'd be quite nice to have. But yeah, so it should be quite good. It's called a TV slideshow. That makes sense, Davin. Thanks. Yeah, should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting some sleep. Tonight's my night where I'm going to sleep. I'm going to medicate myself to sleep. This is just a shandy, by the way. This isn't anything other than a little bit of a half a lager. So that won't put me out. But yeah, I get prescribed stuff if for those nights where I get like a one night a week where I have like a reset night because I don't
Well,
sleep.
if you are up all night, that's when the ghosts come out. So it seems appropriate, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you know that. Yeah, I'll stay awake for 'em. But yeah, so we've actually got 10 people watching at the moment. How cool is that? Let us know where you're from, everyone on YouTube, because that'd be amazing. We've probably got another 5 or 10 minutes before we're gonna wrap things up. It'd be nice to say hello to everyone who's watching. Thank you. I know a couple of people are still there, but I can't see who you are. 9 now. Someone's just left. They heard that and went, "No,
What did you do?
I'm not telling people I'm here." I went, "See ya." Uh, yeah, so we'll get things wrapped up in a bit, and yeah. So apart from that, we've got a few other Comic Cons this year. Funny enough, we did Southampton Comic Con a little while ago. Tom, you missed that one, didn't you?
I did miss that one. It seems that every event we talked about, I did miss. So I've made a concerted effort to
Do you
come
know
to the
what though?
next one.
That was our first kind of. It was almost like a test run. So Tommy's from Sheffield, nice. Uh, We've got Nerd Affiliated. What's up, everyone? We're good, thanks, mate. Where you from, Nerd Affiliated? And what is your channel about? Let's have a look. Welcome, Nerd Affiliated. Nerd Guide, love it. We've got a DC, Marvel, Star Wars toys, other things. Nice. Good shout. Give you a shout out, dude. Cool. So I'm late. Anyone coming to GB Day? So we're in the UK, dude. So we're having a an event called Mass Hysteria, which is at a local Comic Con, and we're gonna be just doing loads of stuff down there. You'd have to watch this video back when because for me to go over it again would just take a long time. We've spent a good portion of this video so far, last hour or so, talking about Mass Hysteria. It's going to be huge. We've got about 35 or so, maybe a few more Ghostbusters, not including kids and stuff like that, coming down to an event, and we're raising money for cancer research. Can't get any better than that. But we will be going live on our Instagram account. Nikki's going to be sorting that out, which would be quite good. So we'll hopefully get a bit of worldwide coverage. You never know. Nerd Affiliate is a big fan. Awesome. Lives in Boston. Nice. But from New York City. We cover a lot. Big on IG. We started a GB page called The Real Nerd Busters. I like that. It's good. It's how I found you. Nice. Cheers, dude. So we've got a Facebook group called Portsmouth Ghostbusters. We do get a lot of people mistaking us for a US version because there is a Portsmouth. I don't know whether it's in New Hampshire, but there's also a New Hampshire. So we're Portsmouth, Hampshire in the UK. Although obviously we've got Busters from around the south of the UK because Steve is like miles away in Kent. Are you Kent?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Kent, nice.
Awesome.
So, but you know, we're inclusive. Come one, come all. If you can give up a little bit of your time and help out and have a bit of fun, you know, we welcome people from all over the place. Yeah, there is a port. It's by you, is it? So, so Nerd Affiliate said there is a Portsmouth and it's quite by me. So it's near Boston. I don't really know. Obviously, I know where Boston is, but I didn't know where Portsmouth was in the US. I didn't know that was the case. But yeah, I can't remember what my train of thought was. I was on something and then I've completely gone. Can anyone remember what I was trying to say? No. It's like, ah. Oh no, it was about other Comic Cons, wasn't it?
There you go. Yeah, you
So,
go.
yeah, there you go. So we were talking about Southampton Comic Con, which was it's all done by Creed Conventions, and they go all over the place now. So that I think it started last year. So they've done it before, and I think they've restarted after COVID. Uh, and we were invited, luckily because I messaged them and said, got Southampton Comic Con. We're just down the road in Portsmouth. Can we come? And they were like, yeah, we'll have some Ghostbusters there. And it was brilliant. We were placed really nicely by the front entrance. When everyone come in, they just saw 10 Ghostbusters lounging around, taking pictures with Big Bird, funny enough. And then,
It's the crossover you never knew you wanted.
exactly. Do you know what I mean? And then they're, I mean, they've got Watford this weekend, I think it is, and then they've got another one coming up next month in I can't think is it Reading or something like that. But we've got one coming up for Portsmouth. They're doing one in the Mountbatten Centre in Portsmouth, which is really good. We're invited to that. They've got another one in Southampton again, same place, which is the Places Centre somewhere, I think it is in Eastleigh. And then there is one in Chichester we're going to be doing. Another one, I think we're invited to Fleet. There's one in Fleet. So we're going to go around with these guys on the south coast of the UK and appear at quite a few of their conventions, which is quite good. So I'm looking forward to that. But the Southampton one really showed us what we can do with the prop stand and the backdrops and stuff like that. I mean, I've got ideas for like what we could do with that kind of stuff. So Nerd Affiliate said living in Boston, but oh no, we've gone that one. Love that video you did where you and your friend were sitting outside talking about Ghostbusters. Yeah, yeah, that was supposed to be because I'm doing a documentary about the lead up to the event, which is happening next week. the highs and lows, that kind of stuff. It's called Road to Mass Hysteria. And Steve is a good friend of mine I've known for a long time, and was an original co-founder of the group. And it was just supposed to be a few questions for the documentary. Turned it, we just like we're talking for 2 hours. It's like, and do you know what? It's good because we used to hang around together a lot. We worked together at one point as well in a place not too far from where we live. So we used to like drive in together into work and then drive home. We'd go to the pub in the afternoon because it was shift work. So we'd finish at like 2 and then go for a couple of pints. And we'd just talk for hours back. And it just felt like that, we haven't done that in like 20 odd years or something. And it just felt really good to just chat and natter. So what else we got? We've got Doug McCarthy says, have a great time. Hope it all goes well. Pukey Doug. Nice. Cheers, dude. And then Nerds come back and said, for the group, if you could choose the next HasLab, what would it be? It probably I'd like them to do an 84 because we've got the ones, the 84 one, and I think it'll be a good mashup. But I personally think they're probably going to do a Frozen Empire version, slightly different with the bumper and stuff like that. I call it a wedgie bumper. I'm not a big fan. I've got the original yellow bumper. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into that anymore. They changed the bumper, turned it yellow, and they got the idea from this guy.
I want a slime blower. If they made a slime blower, I'd be all over it.
Yeah, so I think I'd like to see an 84 pack from HasLab, but I think they're going to do a Frozen Empire version.
Yeah.
If they do,
it'd be interesting if they do packs, because
Yeah.
I thought maybe now they've done that the Afterlife. Like, a lot of people were kicking off, but I don't think they should have done it as a Kickstarter. I think it should be just mass produced. So,
yeah, that'd be nice.
The fact it's locked behind this exclusivity of a HasLab is quite frustrating, really, for the people that need or want a pack and don't want to shoot out.
It does create I mean, I remember when they first started the crowdfund, and immediately on eBay people trying to, without them even being delivered. This was the 18 months prior to people getting them. They were already on eBay, people selling for $2,000.
Yeah,
and it creates that well, it's just false economy, isn't it? It's just
the one's still there for it. People are still hunting for HasLab packs, so just make a load more for people. But the problem is they've locked it behind this. If they go behind that now and start selling packs again, that's obviously going to be a lawsuit for them, because it's an exclusivity with HasLab.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping the 2 in the box was going to be just like the 2 Neutrona ones, where you could just go out and buy it, and it's going to be on site for years to come, but quite frustrating, I think. Anyway, I mean, we're back 2 in a pack, 2 in a box, and then we've got new HasLab packs. But I find all these things very frustrating for other fans who couldn't.
It is,
definitely.
So is, and it's also frustrating for people coming in to be a Ghostbuster now, because they're like, "Where'd you get your pack from? That looks awesome." I'm like, well, then try and explain to them that you can't get them anymore because it was orders. It just it feels wrong. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to say to people, you can't have this one. You're not allowed it. You know what I mean? Unless you've got $2,000 on the hip. It's just frustrating. You're right. So we've got just a quick one now. We've got Tommy says a slime blower from me, or an active jumpsuit.
That'd be cool.
I think Hasbro should learn from Spirit Halloween, or even partner with them to make more pack varieties. The problem with that, and I like that one, Nerd, is the problem is UK licensing won't allow them to be sold over here. So to get them, it costs us twice as much anyway, because it's just a nightmare. Then we'd have to get them shipped in from the US, or wait for someone to oversell them on Amazon, which has always been a pain for me. I hate that. I have the same issue with photography. So where I'm a photographer, if I want to buy something, it costs the US 20% less.
Yeah,
because we're paying import on everything. Nothing's made.
Because I don't know if they're still available, but you could get the full size spirit pack on Amazon a little while ago.
Yeah,
But
it's
in the UK,
200
it was about 400 quid marked up because of all
400.
the import fees. So yeah,
Nuts. Davin said it's crazy how much HasLab packs are. And Tommy said, I think at the time Ghostbusters was a little bit of a dormant franchise. Afterlife had not come out. The production cost for them would have been super high. So the Kickstarter was a good test. Yeah, I can see where we're going with that. Nerd said, yeah, I came in too late for the HasLab. Thank God for the spirit. Yeah, and Tommy said, needless to say, the franchise has exploded again. Yeah, it's gone really, really crazy. You can't get spirit packs, or did you mean you can't get spirit packs, or did you mean Hasbro? No, the spirit was the ones we can't get unless you want to pay double the money. So because you can't import them or can't buy them in the UK direct. There's no direct buying, which is crazy because also licensing and all that kind of stuff. We don't get anything in the UK. Cinemas had nothing in for the release of, apart from a few bits and pieces, for the release of the films, and it's because the licensing is too slow in the UK. We can't get
yeah.
them for it.
We're all very jealous of your popcorn holders if you're watching from the US.
Yeah,
So,
exactly that.
yeah.
People are selling those popcorn holders now for hundreds.
Yep.
All we got was
Crazy.
well, we still got kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the cups. We got the cups.
Yeah, we got the cups. So the cups and we got the I don't know if I got it on me, the pin.
pins.
But that was it. That's all we
Yeah.
got. Nuts.
It's a shame.
We were jealous of everyone else around the world getting all these wonderful things and stuff. Just couldn't get them. Yeah. We've got a nurse saying that I should buy a ton of them and buy a container and sell them from the dock. Yes, mate. Yeah, you buy them, ship them over to us, and I'll sell them for you. I'll have one. Yeah, no, yeah, spirits, it's just a nightmare with that kind of stuff. Really is. It is a nightmare. Right then, guys, I think we're going to have to call that there. Guys on YouTube, thank you very much for interacting with us because it's kind of nice. We got to a point where we didn't know what else to talk about, and you did good. You did good. We'd bigged up Mass Hysteria so much, it was like, what else we talk about? And you guys came in, so thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to have to say goodbye to everyone on YouTube. Stephen and Tom will wave to you needlessly to say, see ya. Thank you very much for joining, and see you on another.